Hi, I'm Hayden the psychologist, and you're watching my series on lockdown mental health. Today, I want to speak a little bit about panic attacks. And I know that during the lockdown, many people, many of you guys out there have had panic attacks before, and you might start re experiencing or having a few more in the lockdown context. Some people may have never had it before in your life. And then you start finding yourself having these moments where you begin to worry, where you begin to get extremely anxious, and even start to have physical responses, heart rate increasing. Really, it's actually a really terrifying experience, really crippling, almost like a torture. Um, I want to just give a bit of an explanation. Within the lockdown, part of what's hugely adding to this process is the degree of isolation that we're experiencing in lockdown. In a sense, your mind is used to getting all sorts of different feedback from the environment, all sorts of different experiences, going to the shops, driving around, but having people around you. All of this creates a picture in your head of how the world is ongoing and functioning. Here we have a limitation of that. That isolation really adds to levels of anxiety, which causes and adds to, or very often plays a pivotal role in these panic attacks. The first thing that I want to say, if you've experienced or are experiencing it like that, these panic attacks that I'm hearing a lot of people are, the first thing is to say that really when a panic attack comes, when our body is starting to have these physical responses, and they can really vary, and they are utterly terrifying and torturous. I want to reassure you, the worst thing that can happen to you with a panic attack is that you can feel really bad. That is the worst that you can get. That horrible feeling you get is the peak and the most distressing and horrible consequence of a panic attack. Um, I know it doesn't feel that way, and I know while you're in it, your mind really races and it's overwhelming. But that is actually the worst thing. The second thing that I want to reassure you for is you're actually not alone. Most likely, in most situations, these panic attacks that are coming are a consequence or largely influenced by this isolation, this limitation that we're having in the lockdown. It is not a consequence of you. It is a consequence of what's happening in your environment. There's nothing wrong with you. And you are not alone. This is happening to many people at the moment. A tip that I'd like to give is if it's occurring, and even before, it's to try and talk to people, somebody that you trust, people that are close to you, there, and just get that support and that understanding, that connection to another human being already starts to break that isolation, assisting that mechanism, and lowering the panic. It takes a little while to get through. But that's really the message that I want to give today. I know it's a challenge and it is extremely impactful. And of course, then there's professional help to try and break this pattern. The lockdown itself has created such a change in our environments, but we can cater for the psychological impact that it has left, especially the ones of big discomfort like that. Okay, and that is my tip for today.